Praise the Lord, friends. Greetings to you all in the name of our most loving and precious God, Jesus Christ. Hallelujah. Well, today I'm here with a little bit different story for you guys. The name of the story is Don't Ignore the Flies. Yes, the title seems a little bit funny. The story is a little bit complicated after all. So I need your complete attention in the story. Yes, I think it's gonna be interesting even. Well, the fly, the small housefly, seems harmless enough at first. One had slipped into the house when the door was open. A small fly got into the house of Simon, a guy in the story. But Simon thought about swatting it with the fly swatter. But he was busy and the fly wasn't all that distracting. So what harm could there be in letting the fly around? It was not at all harming, so he was not at all worried about letting that fly in his house. No, but the next week, when Simon went to take the garbage out of his house, dozens of tiny white maggots, like small larvae or larvae of this fly, came oozing out of the trash can. Simon was, frantically, he was really just hurried to get those things out and he was squashing and stomping as he raised the trash outside. Yikes! Oh, he cleaned out the trash can, hoping he'd now deal with the problem. He thought all problems are gone. But the fly was still living in his house. What harm could it cause? It was not causing much harm, he thought. But Simon didn't realize that it was the fly that had laid the eggs, and eggs had hatched into the small flesh-eating insects. Soon the fly was not all alone. Some of the maggots had escaped Simon's stomping and they matured into flies. Oh my god, yes. The buzzing became more annoying. The buzzing sound of the flies, right? Yeah. But still, Simon just did his best to ignore the flies. Wow, it's pity on him. Then the next week came, there were more maggots, more, the insects. At last, Simon realized what was happening. So, eradicating those maggots wasn't that easy. So, it started doing the Simon should have done from the beginning. He should have killed them from the beginning itself, but he was ignoring them. Then Simon gave his whole house to a deep spring cleaning. He just called some, the people who cleans the house and asked them to clean the house completely. For days, he vigilantly kept a lookout for the small white insects because as they kept hiding and they started reappearing again. So, some escaped the cleaning process and matured into flies again, which Simon had to diligently hunt down. He just had to kill each and every one. But hopefully, Simon had learned his lesson from this because while he couldn't keep flies from entering his house, now and then he needed to diligently seek to hunt them down when they did. Ignoring the flies was dangerous because he did that at first, but what seemed harmless enough can lead to a serious infestation. Yes, along with this, I would like to remind you a small verse. It is 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5. We destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God, and take every thought captive to obey Christ. Certain things may seem, certain thoughts like, doing that or doing this may seem silly or they may seem harmless, but like the story here, the flies later became a great headache and a devastating problem because he even had to hunt them down diligently. So, in the beginning itself, if any thoughts or arguments that is coming in your mind or the people saying like, oh, you don't need to worry about this, every thought that is against God, every thought that does make us sin, or every thought that think against God, we should bring them to captivity. We should bring them under our thoughts. Like we should not be laid away by those thoughts. We should bring them into the captivity so that we can obey Christ, because Christ is the truth, and everything else that is against the knowledge of God is not good. So this is what we had to do in the beginning itself, because later it will be a great problem, as it was a problem for Simon to keep his house away from those flies. So I hope this was interesting, and I know it's a little bit complicated, but you just take time and just listen and read the Bible. You read the Bible, definitely. It will help you understand more about God, and it will widen your knowledge in God even. So I hope this was interesting. God bless you all, kiddos. See you.